one input token. We're doing 4. So the way it's going to work is for the first 12 hours or for the first 22 hours of the auction day, you're going to be able to auction Hyper because we're built on Hyper. So it's going to be Hyper, Ethereum, and X28. Those are going to be your 3 main auction inputs. Nice. And if you go in the auction for in the first 12 hours of the day, the next day when the day ticks over, you can claim the first 12 hours. If you go in the last 12 hours, right, you have to claim the last 12 hours of the second day. So what that's going to prevent is any kind of bot activity, trying to get in at the last second and then nuking at the claim. And then we're also trying to prevent like whales just jumping in at the last second and then just shooting the ROI down and making everyone super depressed. I mean, you could still do that.
Nukes.
You could still do that, but you're not going to be able to claim it right away if that's the game you're trying to play.
Yeah.
So we thought about it and we were like, you know what? That's probably going to upset some people that do want to do the degen kind of thing. So like, screw it. Let's just open up a degen Tink auction the last 2 hours of the day. Yeah. And we're allowing that one. If you get in, you can claim that one right away. So that'll be able to be claimed right away. Now, what we're also doing, so we have that's like the main nuts and bolts, but off to the side, we are going to be joining the Tink Titan X farm. So we're going to be farming on the Tink Titan X farm.
Nice.
And then every few days, we're going to go ahead and recompound into our position through input from the auctions. And then 100% of the Tink fees that we make, we burn. So nice. 100% of the Tink fees is going to get burned. So it's kind of crazy. We started off just like 100% built on Hyper. It is built on Hyper. The majority of the burn is going to be Hyper, but we're also going to be burning Warp and Tink. So we're going to be, doing a lot of different things. And as you can imagine, in the UI, there's going to have to be different buttons to press and things like that. We just want to make sure that experience is as flawless and seamless as possible. So that's where we're at right now.
Nice. Yeah, that's because if you support Tink, it's kind of like supporting the entire ecosystem.
Right.
Because it makes all those pools more profitable. People are more likely to provide liquidity, and it's just this whole positive flywheel. And that's really interesting. How long have you been kind of working on that? Because Steve came up with the idea of using his buy and burn balance to kind of sit in there, but it sounds like you've been cooking up this idea for a while.
We started with this like a couple months ago. And we kind of thought to ourselves, we're like, hey, what's up, James?
What up, James?
Hello.
Look at this.
Looking sharp. Looking very sharp.
Look at that.
We're going to prom today, boys.
It took a little time took me a while to get the tie tied. I haven't done it for a while.
Looks good, buddy.
Yeah, it looks good.
This is
Johnny today.
It's perfect.
Oh, you're good. I forget what your question was. How long we've been working on it? So we've been digging around, and at first it was just, hey, let's do 3 inputs, right? And then we were like, we need to add a degen, so that got added in. Yep. Then we were like, well, hold up. So I formed the Titans of LP channel, which James and Mo and Mike and are you in there? I'm not sure if you're in there yet, but
I do think so.
We have our own Telegram channel just for LP. It's called Titans of LP. And myself and Nathan, we founded it, and James and Mo, they were probably the first 10 people. Part of the first group of 10.
Early on, I was wondering what's going on here. I know these guys are experts. Let me be in here and ask some crazy questions.
Right. So and now it's 700 people. Right. So
wow.
The thinking was, hey man, we're bringing this project to the forefront. Let's do something that kind of embodies the Titans of LP and kind of like our own little ethos that we have. And we're really all about educating farms, LPing, that kind of thing. So we're like, we should include some of that in this protocol. So that's where the farming portion came. And then when it came to how much Tink do we burn, It was pretty quickly. We were just like, you know what? We're already going to be compounding, so let's just use the fees. Let's just burn all the take. Just burn it 100%. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you think so? Probably not this year, by the sounds of it. Do you think it'll be early, kind of Q1 2025?
Probably.
Nice.
I mean, we at first we wanted to come out early December. That wasn't working out. So then we were kind of pushing to maybe end of December. But right now, we're not in any big hurry right now. And we want to make sure everything comes flawless. So we're not rushing the devs. I realize that, like, if you want to nuke your protocol, the best way to do that is to tell the devs, I need this done not now, but right now. What's up, Boo?
Yeah.
What's up, Mushadi? You want to say hi?
Hello.
I thought your green screen was interactive or something.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
it's an interactive green screen.
I'm moving.
Yeah. So we're probably looking January sometime
Nice.
in January.
Yeah. There's so many projects on the way.
Right.
It's actually insane. And the fact that Titan X is kind of got low, like this whole dip and pullback, even though all these projects are announced into launch in such, literally, it's going to be the next few months. There's probably going to be at least 1 or 2 projects every single month, at least, which is insane.
Oh yeah.
It's insane.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the amount of Titan X that's about to get nuked off the market. I hope people are paying attention because it's about to get really silly, really fast.
Yeah.
It's about to get
honestly.
very silly. Very silly.
James, tell us, what have you been cooking up? Is there another project on the horizon?
Yeah, sorry about that. I was on mute. So
It's okay.
You didn't hear me tapping around. I'm streaming to JC Tech Future on Twitter. We're streaming to the Baby Dragon X channel because we want to get you as many views as possible. I think probably some people may know, most certainly knows. Project number 3 is in the wings. So that will be, we expect that to probably launch first half of January. That's going to be a collab project with another large protocol. And it's going to benefit Baby Dragon X and Scale, as well as the partner protocol. They're really good at what they do, and we've been talking about this partnership for a little while. So that's coming January, like you were saying, and 1 or 2 projects every month. I literally don't feel like I have enough Titan X. I don't have enough of any of the tokens, but I don't have enough Titan X because I think that one. Who cares about the red today? What's it going to look like in a month? What's it going to look like in 2 to 3 to 4 months?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Jake.
Jake.
Can somebody remove their streaming destination so I can stream to my stuff? I need 2 free.
James, what you did? I think James.
This is my Nicorette gun out of Vietnam. It's called Oh No.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Nice.
I got you, Jake. You're good, bud.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Wait, I need 1 more stream destination.
James, did you say you had like 4 streaming destinations?
No.
James.
I just got 2. I've got JC Tech
okay.
Futures, space, and then the Baby Dragon X channel is brand new on YouTube. I think we have less than 100 subscribers, and every little bit counts, though. So that's why we're here for you.
Yes.
Yeah, Jake needs another spot.
Jake needs a spot. James, can you nuke one of those?
Oh, you want me to remove one of mine?
Yeah,
I can.
I just need 1
It's
more.
for the culture, bro. It's for the culture.
Just for the culture.
I mean, my stuff gets the most views,
I'll remove the Baby Dragon X one because
I was very quick with that. like,
Jake,
I'm out.
where's the suit, man? Look at us. We're all dressed up for the occasion.
We're all going to prom, Jake.
Okay.
Come on,
I
bud.
don't know what it is.
got extra spots. Is it freed up? Are you good now?
Oh yeah,
James-
there we go.
James is doing
Nice.
enough for everyone. Look at that tie. Color
What?
coordination.
Look at that tie.
It
Look
took
at this guy.
like
Power
5 minutes to get
tie.
the tie thing going.
What did you call yourself,
I
James?
don't-
The Silver Fox or something?
Well, that's what they call you when you get a little silver in the side of the head there, silver fox. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Jake, we were just talking about new projects. James has one in the makings for January. Warp's coming out in January as well. And Mo, is there any chance you'd ever launch anything? No? No. Nothing. Okay. Okay.
Touch nose. What's this? What's that symbol mean?
That's a maybe.
There's a maybe. There's
He's
just so many.
saying shit. Allegedly, it's all alleged.
Allegedly.
That's going to be like 10 projects within probably the next 2-3 months. all burning Titan X, and there's no more Titan X coming out for ever.
Nope.
There's literally nothing.
Bye-bye.
Bye supply.
Bye-bye supply.
The Phoenix Dav is clean.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I appreciate it. I think Mike's got it. Oh, or maybe not.
Yeah, I have it. It's here. Should I
Yeah.
scroll down?
I've got it.
I'm gonna scroll down and you're gonna.
Oh, you're cutting out, Mike, I think.
He's glitching in the Matrix.
He's
Baldwin.
glitching. Yeah, Mike connected me with his designer. It looks good. It looks a lot better on Mac than on
Is it?
Windows, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't
Why?
know.
That's
I don't
not
know.
really unique. That usually happens.
Yeah.
You
I
got
don't know.
paid to say that.
Yeah, it's exciting though. It's so exciting. It was very Jake, like you said yesterday on stream, you're like, it's the most nerve-wracking kind of the lead up to it. That's exactly like all day, man. I've been stressing out, but it's kind of like
It's
really
part of the game.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a relief for your shoulders having it out.
Yeah, because Phoenix is relatively complicated. Like, it's not a super simple protocol. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. So, like, with how much going on, like, the UI is clean.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, the
Well
stakes
designed.
page, I feel like the stake page, that's the only way to kind of fit everything in.
You want
Yeah.
to go through that, by the way? Like you can share the screen or go to the stakes.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
here's just the minting page. Just type in your Titanix you wanna get in, connect your wallet, and you can mint essentially. We want to go to the stakes. So Callum, explain to us, why do we have so many buttons here?
So obviously everything needs to be completely decentralized, and just because of like for the buy and burn, it goes straight from Inferno to Phoenix because there's quite a lot of liquidity. But for Flux and Blaze, you can't really do it all in one. So we're kind of doing each transaction one at a time. So each box is like you claim the rewards, and then with the rewards, you'll buy Inferno or you'll buy Titan X. And then you have to kind of go down the line until you can get to Flux, Blaze, for them to be staked, basically. So it looks quite complicated, but I'm sure there'll be someone sitting there claiming all the rewards, all the incentives.
There will be. There will be.
It looks awesome, dude. The website looks amazing. You guys did a good job.
Thanks. Appreciate it. I'm just happy. I'm so happy it's out. So happy it's out.
Explain it in 3 sentences for the new people. What Phoenix is.
Okay. Phoenix is hyper deflationary, capped after 28 days, 4 buy and burn streams. I think that's 3 sentences. Yeah. there's quite a lot going on. But
What are the buy and burn streams?
So we have the free stakes, we have the Blaze stake, the Flux stake, and the Titan X stake. And then we also have, after the 28-day mint, there's going to be auctions, perpetual auctions, but they're just going to be the same as a Vault. It's going to be buying up its own supply through the use of the buy and burn, and that's going to be the fuel for the auctions. So these free stakes are going to be fueling Phoenix being brought off market, and then the Phoenix that is brought, half of it's burnt and half of it goes to perpetual auctions. And they are the 4 buy and burn streams.
Nice. And it's built on Inferno.
Yep. And everything pretty much roots for Inferno. So it's going to be a huge leverage on Inferno, which I'm so happy I made that decision because there's a lot of projects coming. Literally in the next few weeks, there's GoX is coming. I don't know if they've announced their release date, but I think it's before the end of the year. And then Flare's coming early next year as well. So yeah, I'm happy I built on Inferno. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with it.
Yeah, Inferno is small. It's like only a $2 million market cap. With the
Yeah.
amount of stuff built on it. Yeah, I think Inferno is a sleeper.
Yeah, because because when you're looking for, so Jake, obviously before you started Titan X, you were an investor like everyone else. What were the kind of key things that you looked for when you were looking to invest?
No VCs.
Yep.
That was a big one. Public founders. So public founders, no VCs. And then for general like entry, I called it early or distressed. Either you're early into something or you enter during a distressed phase. So you don't go top chasing.
Yeah.
So when something is good, has public founders, has no VCs, has interesting tokenomics, ideally deflationary, and is distressed and has a good community. So a community can be summed up in what's the Twitter engagement like? What does the YouTube side look like? Are they active on social media? Can you actually see people and it's not just bots?
Yeah.
Because like crypto gets value from community. So public founders, early or distressed, strong community, deflationary tokenomics. Those are all the big things. That's basically everything TitanX is built on.
Yep. Yeah, literally, you're just describing kind of what TitanX is. Yeah, and that's kind of the beauty of it. I don't see any negatives really. Everyone has to stick to the ethos if they want to get, because that's the point. You can adopt this whole community if you stick to the ethos and burn TitanX. And Phoenix is burning 20% of all the TitanX that comes in.
Yeah, so 20% of the TitanX goes to stakes. TitanX stakes, then Flux stakes, Blaze stakes, all that goes back into the stakes and buys and burns Phoenix. I think the interesting angle on Phoenix is it's built on Inferno. So by default gets the Inferno performance, but then it's deflationary against Inferno. It's ratioed against it. That alone is pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think Inferno is cheap.
Yeah, not financial advice, maybe. Yeah, because I saw what happened with Baby Dragon X. James, what you created and what you put into play was insane. That leverage play on top of Dragon X, it was the first of its kind. And that really opened my eyes. And I was like, okay, this needs to be. And that's why we're seeing all these kind of projects launch on top of these capped hyperdeflationary projects like Dragon X, like Inferno, because it just makes sense.
I mean, the craziest part is now we're entering the phase that we used to like fantasize about, where you have a hyperdeflationary thing built on a hyperdeflationary thing built on a hyperdeflationary thing.
Yeah.
Right, next is hyperdeflationary at unheard of levels, like 0.3% of the supply. Bye every day. Then Inferno is hyperdeflationary, like 57% of Inferno is already burned. Now you have Phoenix, which is deflationary against Inferno.
Yep.
Like now we're entering it, you know? So this can get very interesting. Like all it takes is just one spark. And this whole thing just,
yeah, like the insane kind of leverage everything has on top of each other, like everything with the base layer of TitanX, and TitanX, like you said, is deflating at such an insane rate. Did you say 0.3% still?
Oh yeah,
is being
easy.
Yeah,
like we're burning roughly 300 grand of the supply every day is getting burned, and it's not just
whales
by burning. Yeah, we're burning a whale. Okay,
whales.
Yep.
Called
yeah,
Greenpeace.
I feel so calm because the only thing I look at is just the stats page for TitanX. That's it. That's my go-to thing. I don't even look at TitanX app. I just look at TitanX app to get sapling. The main thing, the main thing I look at is the stats. Because imagine if Ethereum all of a sudden started burning 0.3% of its supply every day. People will go nuts over Ethereum. Well, TitanX is that. We just need to reach more users. That's it. Everything else is good. We're hyperdeflationary. All the protocols are amazing. We have docs founders, plenty of content, super active Twitter community, super active YouTube community. Like we have everything, anything you could possibly ask for in a protocol. So like now it's just everybody needs to focus on marketing. That's it. Because like most of my building stuff is done. Like Shogun was the last heavy thing that was on my list. All the rest is just marketing, activating community, and then just Omnichain X28. So now it's just expansion, just focused on expansion. That's it.
I think Shogun, I don't think you could build something better than Shogun, in my opinion. Like it's good. I don't think you can beat it. I think you call it for now until you get an amazing idea, but you can't launch something that isn't as good as Shogun now. You just can't. Mo dropped out.
Yeah, he had to leave. He had to go to
Oh yeah.
Hey, hold on 2 seconds. I'm getting some this is just in. You have 111K in liquidity already? Is that true?
I don't even know.
What?
Let's have a look.
On Phoenix. I got some eyes.
You okay?
Got some eyes tracking. Is that true?
Pop it up on the screen. I mean,
I have 21K.
Yeah,
I'm not looking at it. I'm getting told this because I'm about to just market buy the hell out of this right now.
I just shared
21K.
It's like 65.
Get the wallets ready.
No, it's like 65K market cap. It like just started. I'm like, dude, I'll just chunk in like $50, $100 every like couple minutes. It just jumped up to 88K. Oh God! All right, it's time.
I don't know where this is coming from.
This is brought to you by Apple.
got a bunch of degens on the launch here.
Bro,
That's
hold on a
right.
second. It's
Let me
88K
wear
market cap. I'm like, I like auctions too, but
So everyone claims their tokens after 24 hours, though, Johnny. That's what you have to take into consideration.
So what does the distribution look like for the Phoenix? How long is it, and what does it look like?
Yep. So 28 days starts at a 1-to-1 ratio with Titan X, and then after 24 hours, it goes to a 1 to 0.95 ratio for 3 days, and then every 4 days it decreases by 0.025. And at the end of the 28 days, it's going to be 1 to 0.8. So that's what it's going to be
20,
after the
28 days. First day is the biggest. What's the total supply on Phoenix that gets emitted?
As
It's
much like
minting, so
yeah, it's minting.
Oh,
depends
it's
how-
minting.
how
Yeah,
much
okay.
As many, yeah, the user set that supply. If you want to
Yeah.
mint as much as the users want, they can. There's no kind of limit. There's no-
Okay, yeah. So this is not an auction system. It's minting.
the
Yeah,
auction
so-
starts
okay.
after day 28.
Yeah,
I
it's
minting,
educated,
then
I educated
auction.
Mike yesterday. Yeah, minting. So 28 days of very relaxed, like you can get very fair launch. You can get in at this ratio, slowly decreasing. After the 28 days, it's capped. There's no more supply that's ever comes out. The only way that auctions are fueled is by the buy and burn, buying the tokens off market.
there are people buying off market. I can tell you that right now.
Is it you? Look at that. It's definitely
Possibly.
you.
Dude, 88K market cap. When have any of you here been able to say I got in at something at 88K market cap besides James?
Besides James, exactly.
Yeah.
Because when James launched Baby Dragon, I remember when James launched Baby Dragon X because he was in our Titans of LP group. We only had like 30 people in there, and he was like talking about it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna launch this thing." He was pretty like chill about it, and then he launched it. And all of us we're chipping in there, and then we're like, "Oh God, send James some flowers." I don't know what's going on here. Like, check on James. But then next thing you know, this thing just went banana sandwich, and boy, did he get the last laugh.
Yeah,
Boy, I was so happy.
Was-
I was so excited for him.
yeah,
So
that
I
was
was like,
great.
man, this thing just did like 100,000 X and like, dude, like what just happened?
Yeah, that was
so exciting, dude.
insane.
It was so
That was
exciting.
insane. I remember seeing Baby Dragon X and it was 25K market cap on Dex
Yeah.
Arena.
What's it
And
at
then
now?
I checked 2 weeks later and it was like 1 million or something.
I'm saying.
It was like the most insane. Owen, how you doing, man? Welcome.
Dude,
background.
I'm doing great. The better question is, how are you doing?
I am so happy. Like this whole
Let's-
day, I've been just nervous, excited, but now the relief self is out. It's in the wild.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
Yup. Now the real
So happy.
journey starts.
Yes. I'm a
Yeah,
founder.
I'm really excited, man, and extremely happy for you. You worked hard for it. You worked long for it. Yeah, man. Now it's time to reap the rewards. Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah,
man.
you did the
I
right
appreciate
thing, Callum, because you started stream. I still remember your first stream. I'm like, who's this dapper dude? Where you little yeah. So you did it. I think you made content. You started building a reputation. You did streams. You did interviews. People started to know you. You were trustworthy, and now you launched your thing. Like that. That's like the perfect roadmap.
Yeah.
Because if you just
I
come
just-
out of nowhere, nobody knows who you are. It's like, what is this? Like,
Jake,
you need somebody to communicate. Mhm.
Yeah, this is exactly what you said. I remember watching a stream. You said that exact thing, and I was like, "Yep, such a good point." So I just followed the teachings. I don't think
Yeah,
if anyone
exactly.
else, yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think one of the best ways to describe it is like code can't talk for itself. It still needs a human to communicate. And AI is never going to replace it. So that needs to be like somebody that can clearly communicate the value proposition, what it is, why it exists.
Mm.
It has to have some type of trust and reputation. Because at the end of the day, like, okay, code is cool, but it's still some human deploying the code. So you want to know, okay, who's this human? At least the
Yeah.
voice, something, and just be there. So you did the perfect roadmap for launching something.
I mean, this is also something what I tell people when they want to get listed on Titanic's Hub. I just tell them, yeah, imagine you're going to a village and nobody knows who you are. And there's already established things there. It's like you need to get known first in that village so that like, oh, that's Callum. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw the stream yesterday with him, Oh, yeah, he was there with James, The thing is like, you cannot go to a village and then just like open something up. Like nobody knows who you are. Like it takes time for people to know who you are.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Facts. And the longer it is, the better.
Yes.
We've talked about this 6-month rule for multiple occasions already. If somebody can keep being themselves for 6 months, you got a really high likelihood that it's just a genuine person. Keeping up a lie is not easy. So presenting yourself as somebody else or something that you are not is really hard after 6 months. So yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of ways to do it, because like just getting tactical is you can do YouTube videos about the Titan X ecosystem, and then you can start getting your word out. Because like by linking to something like, for example, if you're going to build on Titan X, talking about Titan X and the ecosystem is a good thing, because then people know. So like YouTube videos, YouTube streams, if you want to do a stream, if you want to get on with other people, ideally you have like some type of white paper out where people can see, okay, this is within the ethos, and then you just reach out to like random people, and people will hop on stream with you. If it's within the ethos, everybody's happy to like just go on stream and talk. So yeah, YouTube videos, streams, tweet, engage with other people's tweets, like just get your name kind of out there. And then you're just one DM away from just going on a stream with somebody talking about it. If it's within the ethos, everybody open on.
Totally.
Even 100%. Me. Like if it's interesting, fuck yeah, join the stream.
Yeah. And in my experience, that's exactly how it played out. I just started DMing. I DM'd Mike, and I had a call with him. He connected me with Steve DeFi, and then I just shot Smooth a message. Jake, I just sent you a message as well. Like the community, everyone, like what we have is so good. Like a few months ago, I wasn't making any streams, and now I'm on with all of you guys, and I've launched the project. So if anyone's watching, this is the perfect launchpad. You adopt an amazing community where there's no rugs, there's no animosity, everyone's working together. There's like, yeah. But like Mike said, it's getting much more difficult now. There's so many more projects. So you really need to get yourself out there and have, in my opinion, a value proposition different to everything else. Because even if it's really good and it would have done amazing a few months ago, in the next few months, it's going to be really hard to stand out from all of these amazing projects that are launching.
Facts.
Good point.
Yeah. Another big thing is just, study marketing, tweet a lot. Because like a big value proposition is also good marketing.
Gotcha.
Because like you can build the best code in the world if nobody knows about it or will know about it. So like you can stand out a lot by just having good marketing. A good marketing is you just be there 24/7, tweet, spam, just like constantly be there. That's good marketing. Because like especially in crypto, because we're talking about money, like people need trust. They need to see people working hard, trying to get the word out, marketing. Yeah, you did the roadmap perfectly. It's kind of same thing I did. I was doing streams. They started talking about my thing. I launched it. I was eventually like, I think I was public for 2 years. And then I came out of nowhere and did my thing. I think I had 2 months of marketing, but people were like, oh, yeah, that's Jake, you know?
Yeah.
So like, the closer you can get to that. Yeah. I like that a lot.
I remember seeing you stream a while ago, back in the day, and then kind of nothing. And I was like, oh, I wonder what happened to that guy. And the next thing you know, what's Titan X? And then you just do like one or two clicks, and you're like, I remember him.
Yeah,
I liked him. He was very smart when he talked. He sounded good. He had a fun accent. Let's dig in. And then that's when I saw, like, I don't know. I've told this story a million times, but it's worth repeating. It's when I saw it was either Mackenzie or someone else had posted a ROI on X. It was Twitter, but posted an ROI like, hey, check this out, blah, blah, come give this a look. And I was like, what is that? I know what ROI is. Let me go check that out. And then next thing you know, bam, 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 bam. Because you like one, if you just like one thing, the algorithm's like, oh, this is what you are. This is you now. And then this is who you are now. And so it's just, I mean, my feed now is kind of ridiculous. But that's how I got in, is from remembering Jake streaming, going in, be like, oh man, okay, this guy's super smart. I still have the notes from way back when you were streaming about like the market cycles and things like that, and you were really the only one at the time talking about market cycles. It was like you and Sami, that was it. And what you were saying, what he was saying, because I watch him a lot, everything was like very, very similar. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay more attention to this guy. And then from there, it's like I literally only was watching you guys. And then you came out with something. I was like, oh, yeah, game on. Let's go. Yeah, it's been terrific ever since.
Nice.
Yeah, Jake, you literally did the roadmap yourself. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't really part of the plan to begin with, was it? To build your own thing, because you were obviously just kind of an investor, but then you were getting sick of everyone not putting it all together, and you were like, I could do this better, and then you had the perfect
100%.
launchpad.
Yeah, that was it. So I wanted to just do crypto investing, but then I have a business background, so I was like, okay, if I'm going to spend all my time and energy here, might as well just build something around it. So that's when I did the mastermind, because if I'm spending 24/7 anyway learning about it, I might as well just build a mastermind, talk to people about it, build a business around it, and then from there so Elon Musk has this saying that I subscribe to very heavily. It's like, if you're going to play to win. It's like, if you're going to do it, just go all out. Like, don't half-ass, just go full ass. You're just full ass in. So I've always been like that. If I'm going to do it, I'm just going to do it 100%. No 80%, no 70%. So then I'm just like, okay, what are the natural evolutions? You build a reputation, and then you take it to the highest level, which is your own protocol. That was just a natural evolution. So I always had the idea, but I was like, oh, we'll see how it goes. And then it started solidifying later on. And then just the idea for TitanX came out of nowhere. Because I was so pissed off, because even in the mastermind, I was talking about protocols and like what they could become. I was like, hey, if everything goes right and the founder is smart, like he takes it this way. And then they never did. And they started launching random shit, and it's going to become dilutive, and then people start selling one thing to get into the other thing, and then they just disappear out of nowhere, or they drug the money and run away. I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. Because like I had a bunch of people listening to me as well. And I was always good at vision casting, but then that requires human execution on some level, and then they all failed. And I was like, okay, this is fucking shit. And then I started feeling bad about talking about stuff that didn't go the way I wanted it to go. And even though it had all the potential, it just got fucked up in some way. So I was like, okay, the only solution here, instead of just being a helpless bystander, is doing it. And that's when TitanX came.
Yeah. And I mean, most, like, we're all founders here. I think everyone probably goes through a similar thought process in your head. You're like, should I do this? This is a good idea. And then you just kind of pull the trigger and you go for it. And I think, I think that's like what you said about going all in. Like, I think it's kind of what life is about. Like, imagine if you didn't do that, Jake. I mean, you were already kind of semi-retired, right? I mean, you'd be chilling, but you wouldn't have this amazing community, and all of us wouldn't be here, and all these projects, all of this crypto first. Like, what did you say yesterday? DeFi 3.0.
DeFi 3.0. Hyperinflation naar de DeFi 3.0 pre-launch ecosystem. Yep. Yeah, I mean, crypto is amazing. I think a lot of us have it, especially the people on the stream. Like, if I don't do something to my fullest, I get pissed off at myself.
Mhm.
I've tried the whole chilling thing. It doesn't work. Like, it was enjoyable for 2 weeks, and I'm like, okay, parties are fucking useless. Dating is fucking useless. This isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, okay, a nice apartment. It's 4 walls at the end of the day, and you have your desk. So it's like, okay, what is actually exciting? And then you go from there.
Yeah, it's the same as a business. You start off working for a boss. You do more effort, but you don't get any more pay. Then you realize, wait a minute, there's another way to doing this. Why not be more efficient? Do it for myself. And crypto in this case isn't any different. And what Jake was saying, I think most of us have that same feeling. It's that feeling of not having control over the future of something. So you could chill it out of the yin yang, just like Jake said, but if it doesn't want to go, it doesn't want to go. And usually it's because they don't want to go the direction that is actually need to be taken, because they're not observing reality or objectively. It's always subjective. It's what they think they want. It's what they think they need. It's what, instead of, and this is the difference that you see within the TitanX ecosystem. It's not what we think we need. No, this is actually what we need. Now let's build it. And I'm loving it.
It's like you're describing the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
You just get out of it, yeah. And it is such a good point there. I think, like, life's about risk, and to have freedom, you need money, and money is crypto, and crypto is opportunity. And it's just, this is the best place to be. There would be nowhere else that you kind of want. Like, this is, especially in TitanX, it's a first.
I mean, the other thing is, like, one thing that holds a lot of people back from building a protocol is the legal implication of it. And I think we solved that very heavily, because I talked to a fuck ton of lawyers to build TitanX and do it in a decentralized manner. And now everybody kind of took the playbook to do the build on TitanX. There's no legal attack angles. It's fair. The users create their own tokens with their own private key. There's no central actor. It's fair. It's decentralized. users call the functions that run the protocol. It's not a company doing it in the background or a server that is controlled by a company. Like everything happens on chain. It's fair. There's no fundraising. If you do make money, it's performance based, which is totally fine. It's in the code. Everybody agrees with it. It's transparent. Like, yeah, we were very, very legally sound. Like I explained this to because like the main issue, the legal issues you run into is from raising money and then having a central actor control stuff. We have none of that. It's all decentralized. As decentralized as you can get. It's pure crypto. It's transparent. It's honest. Everything is in the code. It's public. They can see it. Everything's known beforehand. And then even how the developer makes money, that's known. Because like, for example, building a protocol on average costs anywhere between, like Titanx was 150 grand to build. But generally normal protocols, like I think Shogun was roughly 80 grand, 60, 80 grand. That's out of pocket. And the users create their own tokens. And then, yeah, there's no legal attack angle. So at that, I think that's what makes people feel so comfortable building here. It's like, hey, this is fair. Fair launch crypto has no legal attack angles.
It's like so transparent. Every percentage, everything, you know where everything goes. And I don't think you can say that with most crypto. Or any like barely any other cryptos, you know the exact percentages and exactly where they're going. And it's checked, audited to make sure that's exactly what it does.
And all the users call the functions.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. And all the wallets are known. Everybody can check it 24/7 if actually is happening what we say is supposed to be happening. There's no, I'm loving it. I'm truly do.
And
we're taking a page out of that book also. I mean, the Dragon's Hoard, the treasure chest there, that's the community treasure chest. Everything is listed there. By the way, Calum, we have picked up some Phoenix. We swapped out a couple billion Inferno. We're already up. We're obviously going to participate in the protocol afterwards, but the chart is too good not to just quickly grab some. So we did that.
Fair enough. Yeah. So how does the Dragon Hoard actually work?
How does it work? So we've got multiple wallets. It's a separate wallet per dApp, even if it's trusted. Every wallet is a separate dApp. So you can go there. You can see our Hydra miners. You can see the Element 280 NFTs, the E369 NFTs. Everything is most everything is listed there. Anything that's a little bit too small is probably in the Element 280 1/3 revenue bucket. So the amount is there. We're still struggling to get BDX to have a value in Rabby. We've done everything right. We're listed on CoinGecko, but we got a lot of votes on DBank, but we can't get the value in there. So we love to snap our fingers and get that done, but we'd love to know how to do that. If anybody knows, give me a DM, please.
It just magically happens at some point.
Does it?
I don't know exactly how their calling is, from which oracle or how they exactly do it, but just at some point out of nowhere it just appears, and there's nothing you can do about it.
We've been a long time. I mean, February 29th was the first day of the 14, so March 15th or so was the day we actually went live. It's been a very long time for BDX, and we just can't, no price. Anyway.
What's it paired with? What are the pairs?
So we're paired with DragonX primarily. Then people have created other smaller LPs.
No, that should be good.
I mean,
DragonX is big and known.
During the 28 days that Element 280 was launched, we were doing 250 to 400,000 a day in volume between the Element LPs, between the DragonX LPs, between probably some people in the Titans of LP. They're probably throwing some tight ranges in there, making cruise money and all that type of thing. So we've done all these things. We're really curious why we can't get a price. Can't get listed.
Sometimes it's confusing, even with deck screeners. Sometimes, like for example, with Shogun, new pairs. Like for example, it was X28 Shogun at the start, and then it got flipped to Shogun X28, which is the correct pair. Yeah, it just happens out of nowhere. Like it's interesting. I don't know. I think, even with the Shogun pair, it just happened randomly. Like 2 days later after launch, it was like, oh, now it's showing correctly. So I don't actually know how.
I think Mike was telling me something similar about it, and it's when you get further away from LPs that are heavily traded. I think that's when you get the issues come up.
Yeah, I think it has to register.
Yeah, I mean, we there was an issue as well with what was it again? Turbo as well, right? It was showing no dollar price at all for the first 3 days or so. And the thing is, like, I know these things because, like, I'm showing the prices on Titanic Sub as well, so I'm very aware every time that happens. So what Steve did, he told me yesterday as well in the stream. I had a stream with him yesterday. He created additional pools then with 2 Titanics, I think, and I think 2 Volt as well. And then once he did that on the second day, the prizes were showing up then on Dexcrino.
That might be an easy fix. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense because, like Jake was saying, like everything's stacked and stacked and stacked. So it does get probably quite difficult to calculate because it gets so far away from these heavily traded pools.
Yeah, it's mainly just time. Like, for example, if something pairs with X28 now, will probably show price directly. Like, it even took a while with the Titan X pair, because now if something pairs to Titan X, it just displays correctly from the start. So I think X28 is registered now as one of those as well. So I think if something pairs to X28, it's just going to work from the start. Yeah, it's mainly these newer exotic pair. Like Phoenix, for example. Phoenix seems to be showing.
It showed straight away.
Yeah.
It showed straight away. Yeah. I mean,
I'm happy about that. That's good.
I mean, that's why I have it straight in the bubble, by the way. I mean, you can show the bubble again. The bubbles, man. Oh, let me see. Am I showing the wrong one? Oh, look at that bubble there.
Oh, that looks good. That looks good.
That's a big bubble.
That is a big bubble.
Chase my green candles.
Right?
That's what you want to see on launch day. That's what you got to tweet that thing out.
Is that Johnny there creating these bubbles? He's
Flux as well.
I mean, I'm about to buy some more. My goodness.
I'm not gonna lie. There's some buys.
Yeah,
that's good.
There's like a $11,000 buy, $12,000 buy.
Really?
A couple $5,000 buys. Yeah, and I'm not showing them as bots. So
it might just be when
they are, but
something new listed. They might just kind of ape in, you know. I mean, there's probably a lot of DGens out there that are just. I think you see that with a lot of launches, don't you? A lot of people ape in.
Yeah, Sniper bots primarily as well.
Yeah. If anyone's looking to get into Phoenix, don't buy off market. You can mint your own supply safely for a 1-to-1 ratio with Titan X on the website. I think if you buy off market, it's more risky, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, a lot of risk. Super risky.
Johnny's like, yeah.
I'm not going to tell you to do it, but I'm also not going to lie into your face and say I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Phoenix is part
of the creation.
I do both. You know, why not ship in a little bit? You know, what's the worst that's going to happen? It produces a bigger green candle. Oh no, that's terrible for the ecosystem. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I love doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're minting the supply that people in the future will buy. Why would I buy it off market? We want to have the supply on the market. So usually, even when the ARP is in buying off market favor, I still overall use the minting phase in most protocols because I want to be the one that creates the coins for the future. We only have one shot in creating the coins, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously we've seen so many ways to kind of distribute supply now. What do you guys think is the best / most fair? Because that's kind of 2 different categories, I think.
I mean, the three mains we've seen is mining, minting, and auctions. I think. Is there anything else?
I think that's the main. Yeah.
Well, there's auctions, and then there's like the sub category of perpetual auctions, I guess you could say.
But I mean, it's still in the same category of auction.
Right. Yeah, but still the same idea.
Yeah.
I like all of them. Mining is more long term, but I think going into the future, minting or auctions likely the best. Like Morpheus did auctions, that did very well. Shogun is doing auction. Morpheus did minting, that did very well. Shogun is doing auctions to get the 28-day supply out. And then that's it. It's perpetual. Matrix is doing auctions.
Yes.
Auctions. Warp is auctions.
Auction.
We were doing turbo auctions, dude. 4 inputs. 4 inputs with a degen input. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. No, I like auctions just because, you know, most people in crypto, or I shouldn't say most, but there's a lot of young people in crypto. And I don't necessarily have faith that they're going to be, looking long term. A lot of these guys, they want their stuff, they want it now. And with an auction or a mint, right, you get your coins pretty rapidly. So it's like, all right, distribute the supply, it's out. Okay, now let the market do what it will. And people seem to really like it. So it's been catching on.
Yeah,
nice.
auction minting is definitely good. Like given a certain time frame. Like I've also seen like with Shogun, a lot of people are doing stakes. Like most of the auction in the Shogun is Titan stakes. Like I think it's 9 trillion 28 and 12 trillion Titan plus stakes.
Crazy.
So it's primarily stake dominated.
Oh, Mike, can you check what Dragon X's ownership is? Over 50% now. I think last time I checked it was 49.5. I think it was very, very, very close.
I think it was. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Phoenix is going to be entering that pool as well. And like Jake was saying, a lot of stakes are being burnt. So it's opening it up to kind of protocols that are in there, like Phoenix, like Dragon X, like Helios, which is going to be really exciting because if mining becomes profitable, it's all going to be kept in the system and just recycled to all these different kind of projects.
So we have 16 trillion staked, and it's 49.9. Dragon X, 49.9.
Wow, right almost there. Yeah,
almost half of it. Yeah, it's crazy. So if I check, yeah, it's crazy.
Got to get Eric to do a 50% stream.
No less than 4 hours, though, of course.
That's true. So let's see. It's crazy.
Mike, while you're figuring that out, gentlemen, I have to dip out. Daddy duty is calling. Callum, dude, congrats, brother. Congrats.
Thank you, man.
Gentlemen, Erwin,
and
James,
let's do a stream. Let's do a stream together soon, Johnny.
Yep.
About what?
Yep. You let me know. I work from home, bud. This is what I do. So you let me know.
Let's go.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great to see you, Johnny.
Hey, later on.
See ya.
So dude says his treasury for Helios has gone up from 3 to 5% of the, I think that's of the entire pool, which is insane. That is amazing. That is insane. Yeah. And all of this is just being recycled into these protocols. When Dragon X gets a payout, everything goes to buy Titan X off market. And then pretty much half is staked. The other half goes to buy Dragon X, which supports Morpheus. It supports Baby Dragon X. It supports all these projects. So it's such a net positive for like all the ecosystem coins.
I think that's a great trend to have, right? I mean, there's been a couple of them, but I would say probably Element 280 was one of the bigger easy buttons that kind of started it. And now there's other easy buttons. There's the staking easy button. E369 is an easy button. Our protocol will not be an easy button. No, sorry. Project number 3 is no easy button. but there's enough great easy buttons out there to select from.
I think a lot of people do not see the value proposition that we are creating for the future. So even though any of these protocols might not be directly correlated to the others, they are correlated through Titan X or Dragon X or any other protocol. When you want attraction from outside, there's no one thing fits all. So it doesn't matter. There will be people that like baby dragons. There will be people that like Phoenix. There will be people that like anything that will attract them. This future proposition, that value proposition that we do not see today, but will benefit a lot in the future. I think this is what a lot of people are overseeing. We are now building that foundation that will take off, and it's going to be epic.
Yeah, for sure. Phoenix has, by the way, burnt 8 billion Titan X so far, which is awesome. Yes.
Off to a great start.
Someone asked, are there any late penalty fees to claim your Phoenix? There's nothing. You could enter the mint day one and you could claim whenever. So there's no pressure. Obviously, there's the best ratio is at the beginning. So you could come in day one, mint, and then just leave it and forget about it and come back and claim anytime. So there's no, even when the auctions start, you can still claim after. So there's no penalty and there's no rush for that.
And in history, every protocol where you participated day one, you did really, really, really good, no matter which one it was. So most of these never seen that ratio again. Maybe there's an outlier I don't know about, but for the majority, day one, yeah, it will go down probably because people take profit, but it usually only takes a couple of days and then it's over and we never look back. So
yeah, I feel like before in Titan X, before so many projects launched, you could I thought I could play, like understand everything that was going on and make the right decisions. But now there's too much. You can't understand everything that's going on, and there's definitely going to be opportunities that you miss. So yeah, it's a good point. There's so much going on, but it's not a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing. Because if you're into the
I like comparing it to Ethereum. So people buy Ethereum because they see the utility of Ethereum. They don't care if 1,000 things are built on it or 10,000. As long as there's activity, there's developer activity, people are building on it, people are trying to innovate. That's the value proposition. It's like people, like I think there's this misconception in Titan X where people are like, I need to explain every protocol in Titan X to explain Titan X. I'm like, that's not how it works. You don't explain everything on Ethereum to explain Ethereum. So Titan X is just a hyperdeflationary core asset that gets burned through demand of the protocols built on top of it. That's it. So explaining Titan X is very simple, and then it's the same thing with Ethereum. People buy Ethereum, and then if they want to leverage against Ethereum to increase their Ethereum back, they go into altcoins on Ethereum. Like this is the exact same setup for Titan X, except we are hyperdeflationary. Ethereum is inflationary. A hyperdeflationary. If Ethereum deflates 0.3% of its supply, it will be 3x higher. We're doing that every day. So I think once it clicks, it's insane. Because now it's like a slingshot. Because as supply gets burned, the market cap goes down, which makes it way lighter to move. So all it takes is a spark. Because like during this period of time, like Titan X has become, I think we've burned almost 3% of our supply in the last 2 weeks. It's 3% easier to move.
Which is insane.
And another interesting thing that you'll see, because this is very similar. Like in Ethereum, you have this Ethereum locked metric. So when people use Ethereum to participate in things built on top of Ethereum, that Ethereum gets locked in liquidity pools, gets locked in smart contracts, etc. So that's not all market. So when people do want to start participating, they have to buy Ethereum from a very thin liquidity pool, which pushes up the price massively and creates these massive green candles. Titan X has something extremely similar, which you can see on the stats page with liquid staked BOT protocols. BOT protocols is all the Titan X locked up in smart contracts, liquidity pools, all that stuff. And then liquid is what is available in user wallets. Once Titan X goes, that number is going to drastically decrease. Like in the last 5 days, it's just been down only on liquid. It's been down only since 9th of November for total supply. Liquid has started decreasing again since 5 days ago. It's been down every day. So once the slingshot triggers, there's almost no Titan X left. It just becomes lighter and lighter and lighter.
And that's the thing. At these low periods, it's kind of perfect to burn a massive amount of the supply. And like you talk about the slingshot, the longer we're down at these small periods, the easier it is to move. So it's obviously you don't want charts to be down for too long, but people fudding and saying it's like not confident in the Titan X, this is kind of a good situation to be in because we're burning so much and the slingshot backup is going to be even more insane, in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Last time we did it 10x, that was with supply hyperinflating 20-30 trillion. We did it 10x. The next time, it's this hyperinflation. There's less and less and less and less of it every day. So there's no more, fuck, what if this happens in the future moment? It's just, this is it.
Yeah. So I've got a question for you, Jake. I'm of the opinion, I really think mining is going to become profitable again this cycle. What are your thoughts about it?
Maybe. I would like to see mining be replaced by Hyper and Hydra. At Titan X just be the hyper-deflationary core asset. Because even if, like, the longer it takes for mining to be profitable again, the more expensive it becomes to create. So even if we get the same miner wave again, we might inflate the supply by only like 3%, which is what we burn in less than a month. So like, I think it's a non-issue at all. Yeah, now we're just hyper-deflationary. No matter what, even if mining kickstarts again, we'll still be hyper-deflationary, which is crazy. So like the longer it takes for mining profitability, the less and less and less and more expensive it becomes to create. So when it does finally happen again, it's going to be so minuscule that it doesn't even matter anymore.
But it's going to be huge because all of that majority of that Ethereum is going to stay in the system now. And I mean, when I first got into Titan X, how crazy it was when mining was really profitable and everything was just going ballistic. If that happens again, it's going to be that on steroids. in my opinion. All the Ethereum coming in to all the reward pools are going to go to protocols, and there's going to be even more in the buy and burns, and there's going to be so much less supply being mined, which is just
Oh yeah.
so
I
exciting.
mean, it's not far away. It's only like a 4 or 5x.
Yeah.
It's nothing in crypto.
Which is
Sorry to cut you off, but it's for me dinner time. Are you going longer or no?
What's everyone? Is everyone's schedules? Can everyone stay a little bit longer?
Like 15-20 minutes ish.
I'll keep my
15
tie
minutes.
on for another
Yeah,
15 minutes. I'll
Sounds
take
good.
it off.
Sounds
But
good.
I'm-
Thanks,
And I
for,
won't be
thanks for
back.
coming on, Owen.
Thanks for good luck and
Great to see you.
congratulations, and take care, everybody.
See ya.
Mike, tell us about Matrix, man. We want to hear
Yeah,
more.
Matrix, man. I'm doing testing today. I mean, I was talking to you earlier on. It's like the whole stress you're feeling. I was just like, this is gonna be a Tuesday. So I'm excited very much how things gonna go. I'm pretty much testing the whole weekend, just triple checking, check. Is this thing working? I mean, yeah. So essentially, the only thing I'm doing is really just testing. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
How are you kind of feeling at the moment? Are you nervous, excited? How are you feeling?
I'm excited, nervousness obviously, and I'm just I mean the stressing out is essentially just testing. It's like, is this thing working?
Yeah.
Does the transaction come through? It's so essentially like I have my checklist and I'm just going through it all the time and checking, is this going this way? Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
Trust me,
But
on the day it increases 10x.
I know.
Oh my god.
We had a call before the stream started. I think I don't know. You're not talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I was just like, but it felt like the biggest weight off your shoulders ever. It's just pure relief that everything has gone to plan. And yeah, now Phoenix is out there. Phoenix to the moon.
The Dragon Horde has officially entered the lobby, so we've done that.
Nice, James.
Yeah, now we're gonna have to practice your not financial advice. This is all hypothetical. This is all a one big experiment. We're lucky any of this works.
We're lucky everything works.
Yep.
Obviously.
Especially as a founder, you need those disclaimers.
Nice. Okay. Good to know, man. I'll keep them on my computer here.
I would love to say everything that's on my mind, but I can't. So like I rely on the community to be bullish. Like I just have to talk about what, as a founder, you can talk about what has happened, the statistics, and what the statistics look like. It's just future projections on price. That's something you can't talk about. That the community can talk about it all day long and get price predictions. Founders can't. That is one thing to keep in mind.
Yeah.
So, good lesson.
Yeah, we don't know if Phoenix is going anywhere. Okay. I've got no.
Well, you can talk about the stats. You can talk, hey, this is the stake size, this is the buy and burn, like this is supply burning. Like those are facts. You can talk about facts. It's just future projections. You can talk about projections and stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the stats because there's some really interesting stuff with Phoenix. Like we're going to be buying up Blaze and we're going to be buying up Flux. And if you look at them on Dex Screener, majority of their market caps are in the staking wallets, and they both only have market caps liquid of about. I mean, they pumped today, but yesterday it was like 200 to 250K. So we're going to be injected buy pressure into that. And obviously, the way that auctions work is if the price is up, then theoretically there's going to be more money that needs to come in to close that ROI out. And that means there's more in the reward pools, which obviously Phoenix has part ownership of. So I really can't wait to kind of see what happens from that standpoint and kind of watch it over the next few days. It's going to be really interesting. But we're not turning anything on until after 24 hours. It's when we turn on the buy and burn and we start forming our stakes as well.
Yeah, that's usually how it works with protocols. Like even Shogun started the buy and burn on day 2.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, Jake. I've been waiting to get you on a stream to ask you this one. So we put together a spreadsheet, right? So we had 7 billion Titan X. We minted X28. Then we swapped it back to Titan X, and then we minted more X28, and then we just did this back and forth, and we only lost about 1% every time. So after about we didn't do all the swaps, but I just ran the percentages down. It looks like you could really burn the supply of Titan X down by doing a circle like this. I wanted to ask, is this is this a good idea? Is this helpful?
It's definitely helpful. You just need to pay attention to liquidity.
Yep.
So as long as the liquidity is there, it's fine. Yeah, because while you're doing that, you're also feeding the buy and burn, which is a proxy for liquidity on X28.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you can look at the buy and
multiplier. Sorry, go ahead.
100%. Like, there's a lot of games that can be played with X28. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's one of them.
Would you be against the protocol doing that, Jake? What James just described, the kind of loop.
It needs to be above. If the liquidity is there and it's above, I would say like 1.02, you can do it without losing your Titan X. It's just something that can loop forever, as long as the liquidity is there. So we have Titan Farms now, X28 Titan X. That's like 30% APR on a 0 and permanent loss pair. You have X28 Tink. Shogun is driving value for X28. X28 only has 10% liquid. All the rest is locked up in smart contracts, pools, liquidity wallets, etc.
Which is insane.
It's insane. Oh my god. And it's not a small amount of supply, like 12.3 trillion. Titan X has gone through X28 already. And now, this is going to be interesting to watch. After day 28, the Titan X stake option disappears on Shogun. So people will no longer be able to convert stakes. And the only way to get access to the war chest of Shogun is through getting X28 and entering the auctions. So then it's going to be forced. Because people can now kind of bypass X28, and then Shogun does buy X28, etc. That's going to be interesting to watch. Yeah. There's a lot that's going to happen. There's also built on X28 protocols. That's like 3, 4, 5 in the making. This is going to get very interesting. X28. Oh.
Ours is one. Yep, absolutely. We will accept Ethereum, Titan X, or X28. We'll accept any of those three. So, and if it's Ethereum, we'll buy Titan X and mint it into X28 and then go through the rest. If it's, if it's X28, it goes straight through. If you mint with Titan X, we mint X28. So we love this idea. That's why we're always tweeting, build on X28. We really believe in you, Jake. We love what you've done.
It's magic.
It's such a good point about Shogun, though. So you said liquid's only 10%, and as soon as day 28 goes, you need X28 to get in. So there's going to be a lot, like you're going to be forced minting through X28 if you want to enter those auctions, which are going to be very profitable. I mean, the war chest is it more than 20% of the supply now, or the circulating at the moment? It's when we checked yesterday. Yeah, which is insane. So the auctions are just going to continue, but you need X28 to get in, and that's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting. There could be a lot of interesting games to play there because that's like always going to be breaking the 1-to-1 because X28 is always going to be being used more. And that was the whole point of the design, really, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the buy and burn is not even aggressive yet. It's just steady Eddie on X28. So most of the burning has come just through wanting to participate in Shogun, which is 12.3 trillion. It hasn't actually come from the ARB break. So like once that ARB started breaking, that's when X28 shines. Breaking to the upside. For people that don't know, X28 is 1-to-1 creatable with Titan X always. So if it's one X28 is worth 1.02 Titan X, that means you can take your Titan X, mint X28, sell it back down, and you'll make 0.5% or 1%. But the cool thing is that process only takes 2 minutes. And as that goes higher, people can make 3%, 5% in like under a minute. So people are going to do that arbitrage constantly once the ARB ceiling breaks. And that's going to happen very often, especially once multiple things build on X28. So that's just going to be sitting there in the background, just going to war with the Titan X supply.
Yeah. It's going to be absolutely insane. I mean,
and
go on.
And also Taurus is building on X28 too. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one.
Because from what I understood, but please correct me if I'm wrong, he will be accepting Titan X, but he's going to route it straight through X28 through the so it's automatically converted to X28 directly. Is that correct?
Yep, it's going to mint X28.
Nice.
Is that with 100% of everything?
I think there's also a percentage that goes towards liquidity. So above 80% goes directly into X28.
Which is huge. Which is absolutely huge. And I think a lot of other... like Flare's doing that as well. There are some other projects as well. But Titan X supply is going to get very, 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 very interesting. Very, very scarce.
Yeah, if there was one thing I could do differently about Shogun, so what happens with the Titan X now? So when people enter with stake and liquid, the liquid goes into the Shogun buy and burn, which then buys X28, and then buys Shogun burns it at war chest. I would have done that directly minting. So that's one thing I would have changed about Shogun. We get a similar effect now because it's going to break the ARP ceiling, which causes the burning. But I think doing the direct minting via a smart contract is better. I like that a lot because then you're buying and burning it anyway, because half of the Titan X that goes into the X28 buy and burn and buys and burns X28. So I like the minting model a lot more. That's the only thing I would change about Shogun. I'm still doing it, but it would have been more impactful if it was minting X28 instead of buying it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because now you're going through the liquidity pool, right? Not through the minting.
Yep.
Okay, I
Exactly.
see. Yeah.
It's very
I think all the other projects, I think they're going to be going through the minting. I think that's more advisable anyway.
Yeah.
It does make sense. You'll be high up on that leaderboard. 50%. We spoke about it yesterday. 50% of all the economic energy that's coming in is being burnt, but you still keep a 1-to-1, so you don't lose anything. It's the cheat code. It's literally a cheat code.
It's also social consensus. Because if I see X28 sitting at 0.8, I'm buying that shit because it's basically one Titan X. So it's also social consensus. Like people see good deals. So if one X28 is worth less than one Titan X, somebody's going to buy it. I want to buy it because it's basically cheap Titan X.
Yeah. So you asked me before, describe Phoenix in 3 sentences. If you had to describe Shogun in 3 sentences, what would it be?
Hyperdeflationary blockchain war machine. So
Shogun
is a hyperdeflationary ARB machine. So Shogun has 15 pairs. They on average have 800,000 to 1 million volume a day. All that volume is burning Shogun and feeding the war chest. So it's insane numbers. It's absolutely insane. It's a $6 million asset that has on average 800,000 to 1 million volume a day across all pairs. It's always going to have burn volume. It's always going to have war chest, which is basically just supply off of market that gets re-auctioned. It's not inflationary. Shogun is going to get so hyperdeflationary because even now, liquid percentage is going down with 100 million coming out every day until day 28. At that point, it's capped. So you might see liquid go down to some obscene level. Well, like it's hyper scarce. I think Shogun is going to get crazy after day 28.
Yeah.
Because it's stats now already. What? How is this going down? It's insane.
Yeah. I didn't check it for a few days, and then I checked it, and I was like, "This can't be right." I remember refreshing the page. I was like, "How is this possible?" Mike, same question to you. If you had to describe Matrix in a few sentences, what would it be?
I think that was yesterday. Hyperdeflationary token. I don't have a cool machine analogy here, so hyperdeflationary token with long-term believer mechanics.
Yeah,
and buy and burn through the hyper payout.
Yeah, buy and burn through the hyper payout. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's also something.
James, if you had to say.
So the partner that we're collaborating with, we're actually speaking with 3 advisors. Plus, we'd love to grab a little time of yours, Jake. We not to speak with you necessarily, but if we could pass you over a drawing with some notes on it, if you could make some comments on it, we're happy to jump on a call with you if you want. But we're going through 3 advisors first. So far, the first one loves it. The next 2, one is on Wednesday, one is on Thursday. It's not a super complex protocol, but we think it's pretty. There's a lot of interesting leverage plays, and there's a couple components from some current projects. It's definitely not a copy of pasta. This is not a copy of pasta in any way. It's not mining. It's not staking. I'll just let you know that there's an NFT in there. There's an NFT component. However, I'm really sworn. I may have even said too much by there, right there. So I've been sworn to secrecy by the partner, and I do need to respect their opinions. So
yeah,
but I would say by next Saturday-ish, by next weekend, what is that? Week before Christmas. So we're talking like 21st, 22nd. We should have some type of summary thing, maybe a preview of what the NFT looks like, that type of thing.
Okay,
nice.
Cool. If you want to send me the drawing, do it on Twitter. Send me a Twitter DM.
Send you the Twitter. That seems to be how I would used to catch you the best. So yeah, we'll definitely do that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, because the Telegram gets spammed all the time.
Telegram it's just a nightmare. Even if you do folder management, it's just out of control.
What's up, Utah? How you doing today?
Hey, Utah.
Hey guys, Congratulations, Callum.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good job, man. Proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we're just going through protocols and we're describing them in, if you had to give a really quick elevator pitch for Stacks, what would it be?
Stacks is the easy button for all Titan X staking protocols. Mint an NFT, have exposure to all staking pools now and future, Titan X and X28. Paired with a cap supply deflationary token with a massive buy and burn. And we're going to eat up a lot of Titan X.
Nice.
Stacks also uses X28 in the background.
Oh, roots through.
Yep, we push it through. We push our rewards through X28 forever.
That's huge.
Man, I don't think people understand how hyper-deflationary it's going to get. Right now, it's hyper-deflationary, but it might, with all this X28 building, I might just get hyper-deflationary.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah. Utah, with Stacks, could you enter? Obviously, we've seen with E369, they're entering the Flux auctions. Do you think you could, because obviously you can make whatever for the new projects that come out to make them fit for those projects. Do you think you could hypothetically enter auctions like Vault, like Phoenix, like Shogun to kind of collect their tokens?
I mean, I'm sure dude could do it. I mean, he did it with E369, but as it sits right now, I'm a huge fan of the market buy, and so is he. Just man, market buys are awesome, right? I mean, we're market buying all these tokens. We're never selling. You know, we're locking up all this supply, and it's just because we're pushing all those rewards through X28. We're burning a lot of Titan X on the back end also. So I think it's really beneficial to the protocol, to all the protocols, to the ecosystem. Yeah. But I'm a big fan of market buys. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see Stacks just start buying.
Yes, I can't wait to see what it does to Blaze and Flux as well, because it's released at a similar time to Phoenix. So hopefully we can do some nice buy pressure on both of those projects.
Yeah, that's the thing with auction protocols. A lot of times is you don't have the buy pressure because everybody usually gets a better deal going into auction.
Yep.
So how do you get that outside buy pressure? You know, got to pump that price. You know, and market buys pump that price. So you start pumping that price, and then the token price goes up. The ROI goes up for the auctions, so it should kickstart the auctions also. So I think it brings a good balance that's needed to some of the auction protocols personally.
Agreed. Yeah. Duke, how you doing today, dude?
Hello, bro. Yeah, I just got back from work, but I knew I had to jump on. You know, congratulate you, and what a day, bro! It's looking good. The charts, because I was at work, right? So I was like trying to check, like, has it launched yet? And then like I'm going on Mike Dean's bubbles, and I'm checking the bubbles. Like, wait a second, what's this big green bubble right here?
The bubbles are big bubble, man. I tell you that.
Big green bubbles, bro.
Yeah, I'm so happy it's out. Yeah. So if anyone's wondering, app.phoenix.win, that's the only real website. Yeah, I'm so excited. Thanks everyone for coming on as well. I think Duke, we are going to call it. You came just at the end.
Oh man, it's all right.
Yeah, that's like one of the shortest launch parties ever. Are you sure? I mean, you know, some of us got all dressed up.
I mean, yeah, I think I've got a few things to do. I want to make sure everything's flawless with Phoenix, but I really appreciate everyone coming on.
Good job. Well done for your first one.
Good job,
well
done.
Yeah. Thank you guys. And thanks everyone for watching as well. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch everyone soon.